Welcome. This is Akai coming to you with another one. And if you're not already subscribed, feel free to subscribe because here's the deal. Whenever I come out with a video, that'll pop up and you'll have instant access to this material, to this content, and also like the video. Guys, I keep telling you that it's not going to cost you any money. Just like the video. Okay, and that helps other people that wants this content have an ability to get to this content. Okay, so anyway, what we're going to talk about today, and this is going to be brief, is we're going to talk about polarity. Okay, and when we're talking about polarity, we're talking about and we're also going to talk about what we talk about good and evil. But we're back to polarity. We're talking about positive charge versus a negative charge. So if you notice that some of y'all run into people and you say, you know what, something about that person, I just don't like them. There's something about that person. That's dealing with polarity. Or I feel comfortable. I feel this. A husband and wife could say, I feel this house. This is it. This is the deal. We need to go with this realtor and go ahead and buy this house. This is it. I can feel it. You're dealing with polarity. That's what you're feeling is polarity, whether it's negative or positive. When a person all of a sudden gets upset and angry and they're like, rah, that's a polarity. That's anger. That means that their polarity dropped from way up here where they're at bliss, where they're happy, where they have joy, and all of a sudden they dropped. You ever hear whenever people get mad, it shows red? That's what I'm trying to tell you, because they just dropped in frequency to a negative frequency. Okay, so that's what happens when you get upset. Okay, so that's the difference between positive polarity. You have compassion, you have all that. So that's the reason why when a person enters the room, you can tell the difference instantly. It hits you, bam. Okay, now a lot of people want to talk about good and evil. Well, that's good and that's evil. Well, I got a question for you. When the lion kills the antelope and the lion just wants to eat, that's all the lion wants to eat. Just want to eat, so he grabbed some antelope butt. Okay, that's what he did. When you have a cat in your house and a mouse happened to get into your house and you didn't know it, and all of a sudden the cat goes crazy and kills the mouse, is now from the mouse's perspective, the cat is evil. But from the cat's perspective, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't view the cat as evil. I'm glad the cat got that mouse. So when you're talking about good and evil, when you're talking about good or evil, you have to understand that it's dependent and predicated on the perception. It's really perception when you're talking about good and evil. And this is the way I feel. Okay, I would really like to hear some of your comments on how you feel about good and evil, because good and evil is definitely different than positive negative. You got good and evil over what is the words good and evil, because guess what? You got some people that are in negative polarity, right? And they rob somebody. But if you ask them, well, why'd they do it? They said because they on the street, they needed the money. Now you could say, well, they should have did it the right way. To them, they got the job done regardless of what the circumstances were. And nobody got hurt. So yeah, they robbed the bank, whatever. So they look at that as good. Whereas you look at it as bad. It just depends. When you talk about good and evil, it depends on who you're talking to. what that person's discernment is, how that person feels and views the incident. And it really determines, it comes from that person, it's determined by that person's point of view. A lot of things are because of people's point of view. So that's all I have to say, guys and gals. And if you're not already a subscriber to this channel, feel free to subscribe. Okay? That way you can get my videos on a regular basis. Okay? And also make sure that you like the video. Because I noticed that some of you like the video, some of you don't like the video. The video is, look, for the last time, it's not going to cost you any money. It's not going to cost you any money. I promise you, YouTube does not charge people for liking a video. Okay? So anyways, until next time, Akai out.